News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Questions linger about mountain water employees. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Thursday, October 13th, 2016. Right now, the sky is partly cloudy. We have 28 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast is sponsored by Selway Armory on Stockyard Road. They have more guns and ammo than anyone in Missoula. The best prices in Montana. They are Montana's premier firearms dealer. Although the city won its court case over mountain water, it still hasn't convinced employees to sign up to work for the city. Attorney Gary Zadek represents those employees and responds to Mayor John Engen's recent statements that the mayor is optimistic that the employees will work for the city.
The employees are likewise optimistic that the city will be true to its word that it wants to employ them all under the terms the mayor testified to at trial and what's been exchanged. I don't want to go into those details. We've had some discussions, but they've been fairly limited so far. I hope they continue here and be ongoing.
Zadek says the employees were hoping to have already reached some sort of agreement with the city, but there hasn't even been a face-to-face meeting over the issue yet.
We're hoping to narrow the gap and reach a contract or agreement that's satisfactory for both sides. That's our goal. They want to run the water system. They're proud of their service. They think they run a great system. We're just trying to narrow the gap so that the employees in this forced condemnation takeover by the city aren't the ones that suffer all the hurt.
Zadek said there have been a few over-the-phone discussions about the employees' situation, but there's still a gap between what the compensation they receive from Mountain Water currently and what the city is currently offering. A 10-year-old boy was killed and 3 others injured in a weather-related crash between an SUV and a semi on I-90 near Three Forks. Highway Patrol Trooper David Morris said the SUV was westbound at about 7:20 Tuesday morning when the driver lost control on an icy bridge. The SUV rolled through the median and into the eastbound lane where it was struck by the semi. Gallatin County officials say Mason Nicholas Swanson of Belgrade died at the scene. The driver and 2 other children were seriously injured. All 3 were taken to Bozeman Health Deaconess Hospital. Missoula police have located 2 juvenile suspects that have been questioned over the shooting out of a large window at Clark Street. Here is Missoula Detective Captain Mike Collier.
Well, there's 2 juveniles who were detained and interviewed after a residential window was shot out in the 3100 block of Clark Street. We believe that they're responsible for that damage. They're not taken into custody. They were released to their parents.
The window on Clark Street was shot out Tuesday night, but there are many cases of windows being shot out over the summer here in Missoula.
There was dozens throughout the summer that kind of went silent, as the summer ended. Those kind of fell off, and then this one popped up as a little bit of an isolated incident just last night. But we'll look and see if it's related to the other ones, and if not, try to connect all those cases. It wasn't a firearm. It was a BB gun or pellet gun, something to that effect.
Because the suspects in the case are juveniles, they were not taken into custody, and because the window was valued over $1,000, the case is now being handled as a felony. A federal jury has awarded creditors in the bankruptcy of a Montana resort for the ultra-rich a $9 million judgment against the wife of the resort's founder. The verdict against Jessica Ferguson was released yesterday by U.S. District Court in Seattle. Ferguson's the wife of Tim Blixseth, who founded the posh Yellowstone Club near Big Sky that went bankrupt back in 2008. Creditors represented by the Yellowstone Club Liquidating Trust argued that Blixseth transferred a jet, 2 yachts, and a mansion to Ferguson in a fraudulent attempt to shield his assets. The trust has received prior court judgments against Blixseth totaling more than $500 million. Ferguson's attorney, Paul Brain, declined to say if she'll appeal. The Yellowstone Club emerged from bankruptcy in 2009 under new ownership. Missoula City Fire Department will be conducting emergency apparatus and low-angle rope rescue training on Mount Sentinel today in conjunction with the Whitefish Rescue Squad from Two Bear Air. Captain Corey Garman describes one of the rescue scenarios the 2 agencies will be practicing.
We're looking at scenarios that we might be faced with where we have people injured on the hill or people injured in situations where it's very difficult for us to get to them and get them out of there.
Garman said Two Bear Air is highly trained in assisting a rescue of a steep mountainside like Mount Sentinel.
Two Bear Air has much bigger capabilities, obviously, to be able to remove people from mountainsides and from the wilderness and stuff, to be able to take people who are critically injured and take them off that mountain.
The training will last from about 12:30 until 4:30 this afternoon. A group of pheasant hunters were charged by a bear Tuesday in the Nine Pipe Refuge near Ronan. Confederated Salish Kootenai Tribes Fish and Wildlife Division Manager Tom McDonald describes what happened.
One of the hunters decided to go into a dense brushed area to try to flush out some pheasants. And when he did that, he came across a sow bear with cubs, spooked the bear, spooked himself. The bear basically charged him. He fell down. The bear bit him in the foot. He discharged his firearm, scared the bear away, along with using his firearm as a weapon.
Another hunter fired his weapon to scare off the bear. The man who was bit did not seek immediate medical attention and rode back to Missoula with his fellow hunters. McDonald hopes the situation will remind hunters to be bear aware.
Of course, we always remind hunters, that's just one of the things we do not advise people to do in the Mission Valley is to go into dense brush this time of year when we have so many bears foraging in the valley floor seeking protein. So it was just an unfortunate incident, but we hope people learn from this incident not to do this kind of risky hunting behavior. We always advise against that.
The hunters reported the bear involved in the incident was a grizzly, but neither of the shooters believe they actually hit the bear when they fired their shotguns. Our News Talk time is 6:11.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies today with our temperatures in the upper 50s. Shower chances will be on the increase late this afternoon into the overnight hours with rain likely through Friday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.